artists and art lovers. I am excited to open the second season of Princeton Makes podcast. Woo! I am your host, Zohar Lavi-Hasson, and yes, I have decided that every year will be a new season, but we'll keep counting the episodes. So this is episode 11, and it's season 2. Today we're hosting one of the first Princeton Makes artists, the watercolor master, Anandi Ramanathan.
Hey.
Hey. As always, we are recording at Princeton Makes store. And if you have not been here before, I will tell you that this is an amazing place and we love it. It's a co-op of 7 artists. We have a store at the Princeton Shopping Center and also studios on site, so you're welcome to visit and chat with us.
We love Princeton Makes.
We love Princeton Makes, yes. So Anandi is the artist of the month at Princeton Makes in September 23. Yeah. So that means that you have your work in the window. I just saw it very nicely organized.
Thank you.
And we're doing this podcast, and also you have an artist talk, and we'll say when it is later. Let's start with what kind of art do you make?
So I make watercolors, and I started in 2019, and ever since I've been painting watercolors mostly. And in watercolors also, I paint a very limited set, like the florals and also illustrations and sometimes the urban sketching. So these are my interests. I've not been able to go beyond my interest level. This is quite funny because sometimes my mom used to tell when I was a child that I learn something and then I leave it in between. But now I have been able to keep that commitment and keep focused within like a few sets and keep improving on those sets.
So your mom used to tell you, come on, learn something deeper and don't just leave it and move to the next thing.
Yeah, so I used to draw and I used to crochet and do smaller projects like during my holidays along with my aunt and my mom. Yeah. So both used to teach me a lot of things, and I'll do it halfway and then I would leave it. But I was really good at my academics. So I used to concentrate more on my academics.
Yeah.
And I wasn't focused enough on my hobby. Like
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I used to make something and I used to leave it halfway.
Okay.
And like when I went back to India, my mom opened a shelf full of all the leftovers. Leftovers as in the way I made something and I left it in between.
The shelf of unfinished works by Anandi.
But now these days I used to practice for at least 15 minutes every day. And it might be mostly on florals, but the more I practice, the more I learn about it. And every flower, I feel that when I see a flower, it teaches me something. So I like this experience and I've been continuing with that.
And then you have this amazing idea of the New Jersey map.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
So this is another funny thing. So when I was going for a walk, I used to always get inspired by the flowers during my walk. And I returned back, I took a shower, and when I was taking the shower, I was thinking of doing some painting with a garden. And I was thinking garden, and then the garden state striked. And then I was like, okay, I should do a garden state with full of flowers.
Yes, and that's very nice. See, good ideas come in the shower, right?
Yeah. And right after that, when I was speaking to my friends in Princeton Makes, so they were suggesting me to do one with the fruits and vegetables. And that's how I came with the second version of doing the fruits and vegetables. And these two are my best sellers.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as I released the design, I did not even have the plan of making it into greeting cards. But I got requests of making it into greeting cards. I was thinking like, how would this sell in a greeting card? I immediately got orders, and within the first 3 months, I sold 50 cards in each.
What?
Yeah.
Let me just explain. This is like the shape of New Jersey on the map, and it's full with flowers or fruits.
Yeah.
You're going to make other full with leaves or
Yeah.
Insects?
Maybe I should do something with fireflies. Yeah, maybe I should try doing that. I've done one more with the roses.
Yeah.
Which is also the national flower of US.
Yeah.
So I just did one more with the roses.
And each one you paint by hand?
Yeah.
How long does it take you to paint one?
So I usually don't paint everything at once. So I paint to some extent, and then like for 30 minutes, I can't sit beyond 30 minutes. That's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
why? What do you feel after 30 minutes?
I just feel like a little tired or something. And it's also good in a way, because like when I come back to the painting, I would come with fresh ideas again. So for me to complete a painting, it would take me a week. So it's not exactly a week's time per se. It's like 30 minutes distributed. 30 minutes to 1 hour distributed over a week.
Yeah.
But I don't sit more than an hour to a painting.
An hour?
Yeah.
So you don't work more than an hour a day?
No.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So when you come here for 4 hours, what do you do with your time?
So I have to do all the packaging and stuff, so that takes me a lot of time. When I was doing shows, I was able to ask people like what was the interest behind it. And people told me like it's a good card to send to other people from different places. And say that, hey, I'm from New Jersey, and that kind of a message was passed. And like when I go to shows, I learn a lot from people when they pick my cards. And I get to know their interests too. So it has helped me that way.
So before we talk a little bit more about marketing and selling your things, I want to ask you, how did you get to Princeton Makes?
When Princeton Makes started, within the first week, I came here and I met Jim, and I really loved the place, and I loved the idea, the concept behind it. Just before that, I was opening up a little bit. I did a big commission painting, but before that, whenever I used to paint, I used to keep it closed, and I used to be really afraid of my showing my painting to someone else. But then when I came here, and during the COVID time, I had participated in this ACP sketch club. One of my painting was selected and printed in ACP's greeting cards, which was hosted by Arts Council of Princeton. And like one of my paintings was selected and printed as their greeting card for all of their members.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so
you got confidence.
Yeah, that was my first step to get into some confidence. And also the other step was there was a mental health program in Princeton University where they were doing a gallery show, and I just happened to submit one of my paintings, and that got selected. And that was also displayed at Princeton University. So these two things were, it actually brought me a lot of courage and confidence. And when I met Jim, I told him about this, and he was like, yeah, you should try the store. And then that was the first time I actually printed. I made prints, I made greeting cards, and then also stickers, and I started here.
So how do you go about selling and marketing and advertising your art? Do you have another job except for being an artist?
Yeah, so I work for Accenture, and my client is Bank of America. So yeah, so pretty much my week would be quite busy with my work. And the time that I get for art or the marketing and selling is only my weekends. Like I said, I used to paint every day. So
you still do?
Yeah, I still do. Because that's something that that's my passion. So I do that every day. On weekends, then I do have a chart where I keep filling, like what are all the tasks that I have to do. This kind of an organization, organizing my task, it comes from my work. So thanks to my work as well. So I used to organize, and I used to keep my calendar up to date. I'm currently in 10 stores in New Jersey.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a Excel where I have all my potential clients.
Yeah.
So I used to write emails to 10 people and see how the response comes back. Mostly it's on and off. And email marketing is very less. Like people do open emails, but they don't respond that quickly.
Right.
So you will have to keep following up a couple of times, and then we might hear a response back.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
So you have the chart. What does it list? It lists email, this person,
Yeah,
this person.
so my chart actually tells me all the information. Like my chart and my calendar are the two things that I refer to.
Yeah.
So in my chart, it has all the tasks to do in that day.
Yeah.
And my calendar gives a reminder to do those tasks.
All right.
And for these emails, there's a particular time. For an Instagram post, there's a particular time.
Wow.
So
you really treat this as like a job.
yeah,
Like I have to do these things.
Yeah.
That's very smart. And does it work for you?
Yeah, it does.
Well, if you email 10 people every week, month?
So it's not going to be every 10 people every month. It's going to be it's not going to be a new set. It might be the same people. I might have to follow up.
Follow up, yeah.
I used to categorize which people would I have to focus, and so that kind of a groundwork I'll have to spend some time and list them and then put them into the map. And also to my potential, to my existing clients, I still have to keep mapping and I have to talk to them.
Right.
So it's not like I cannot be always salesy, and some of my clients are really friendly now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easier that way, because when they are friendlier, I have a couple of more things to talk to them than just being salesy. And I really don't want to be that salesy also, because
salesy, that's an interesting word. I get it.
Because all that it matters is not the sales, and building this network is also important. So that way I like my current set of clients. So they are good friends to me.
Yeah.
I'm blessed enough
to
be friendly with everyone. But yeah, that has been.
Do you sell?
Yeah. So I do it on a consignment basis, also on a wholesale basis.
What do you mean by
So
that?
consignment is like we split the percentage up front. So I have to just give my cards and stickers to them. And once the sale is done, then I would get the payment. The wholesale rates would be lesser than a retail price. And I would get the money upfront for the products that I sell. So these are two different modes.
Oh, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, it is.
And what about the big prints? Do you also sell them to places?
Not as of now, but one thing is like for my cards, I used to put them into a portfolio book. So it's easier to carry my cards and stickers in that book, so they can just flip around and they can say which ones they want. And all of my cards have an SQ code. So I can note them and I can fulfill the order. But when it comes to prints, I still have to figure out a way to put them into a portfolio book and carry it to them.
And so you do your emails and you do your Instagram post.
Yeah.
What else do you do to market your things? And you're of course here at Princeton Makes.
Yeah.
And you have a studio here, so people can buy off your studio.
One other thing is I do shows. And some shows have been very favorable for me, like some shows as in some areas have been very favorable for me, and people who love my art, they used to refer me to the shops around the area. So as soon as they refer, I used to note it down, and if it's close by and after I pack up, I used to just stop by the store and see if my card would also fit the store, because like there are certain stores which are vintage stores or different like animal friendly stores or different kind of stores. So certain stores might not be exactly fitting my model. So I used to first see if my cards would fit that shop, and then I used to approach the the owner and talk to the owner. So that's also another way of selling my stuff.
Yeah.
In Princeton Makes, I have a lot of interactions with customers.
Okay.
So when people come in and when they see my art, they used to tell me some really interesting things. So actually, I must say that I started grooming up from Princeton Makes only. I was initially doing small handmade cards, which I stopped doing now. But when I started doing them, there were a couple of people who told me this is lovely and all that.
Yeah. Like artists?
Yeah, no,
or
customers. Okay. So artists definitely give me a lot of feedback and everything. So that's a different thing. But customers gave me a feedback, and they also told me, like, when you stick a label on a greeting card, it should be in line with the edges.
Oh.
And there were certain customers who are finicky. If it's cross or something, they don't like it.
What? Like the tag,
the
price?
The price tag. So that was interesting,
Yeah.
and I never gave so much attention into packing or anything like that, because that was kind of a mundane task to do, right? So these kind of things was giving me a lot of insights, like not just painting or making it into a product is important. The packaging, and also how neatly we put a label on it, and all these things matters. And people who came in here, they also told me that instead of putting these sticky envelopes, why don't you put the open envelopes so people can feel your cards. So my cards are linen based cards.
Really? I have to take a look.
Yeah, so the material is linen, which is a premium quality. But my watercolors come the same way as my painting on this linen sheet.
Oh.
That's why the customers were telling me, if you put a sealed envelope, then people can feel it.
Oh.
So if you have an open envelope, then people can feel it.
And it's special because it's linen.
Yeah, and these were very small comments, but it gave me a lot of insights of how I need to focus on things.
And also you said that people in shows give you a lot of feedback.
Yes. So first I was, like I told you, I was not having that much confidence or courage to show my art. But when I was doing a show, like when everything is displayed, people came to me, and especially the little girls, they used to run and come to me. That sight itself is so happy. And like old people or people of all ages used to come to me, and they say that bless you and all that. That kind of makes me feel like, okay, I've done something. When I came to this world, I have at least done something good.
Make someone happy.
Yeah, making someone happy. At least for that moment, I was able to give that happiness.
That's great.
So yeah, and and also whenever I paint, I cannot paint when I'm having a different mood fluctuation or something. So whenever I'm peaceful, calm, or whenever I'm happy, that's when I paint.
Okay.
So, and I need like broad, bright sunlight when I paint. So it's always in the daylight.
So okay, but can you paint in your studio here?
No, not really. So I used to come to the front desk and paint here.
Because there's not enough light? Or because
there
you need
is
daylight?
Light, yeah. And I don't like the yellow lights because it kind of tricks me with the colors. So I need white lights. And it's even trickier because white lights might also kind of change the colors a little bit. So it's always the sunlight.
Wow. Okay, we're going to move on to the rapid questions part of the podcast. And I want you to answer me with one or two or maximum a sentence, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. What is your favorite artist of all time?
Jenna Rainey, Sushma Hegde. They both paint flowers. So.
Okay, we're going to put this name in the show notes because I bet not a lot of people know this.
Yeah,
artist.
they're recent artists.
Okay, cool. What is your favorite material to create with?
Watercolor.
Okay, and you paint on?
So I paint on this handmade papers.
Handmade paper?
Yeah, which comes from India.
Oh,
yeah.
We didn't know that. We didn't cover this in the talk. What is the space that you feel most creative at?
Anything with the broad, bright sunlight.
Okay. What music or podcasts do you listen to while you create, if any?
Anything is fine for me. Mostly A.R. Rahman's music. He's Indian. And his music is really good.
Okay. What is your worst artistic nightmare?
I wouldn't say artistic nightmare, but when I have a couple of deadlines and when I have to finish everything together at the same time, along with my work and managing that becomes really hard.
Yeah. What would you say is the percentage of your artistic work versus marketing, packaging, all that around work?
I would say 30% or 25 to 30% in artistic.
Yeah.
And the rest goes in planning, marketing, and everything.
Typical. And in one word, can you describe what you feel when you make art?
Happy.
Okay. That's a good word to end the episode with. Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit how people can find you. Mm-hmm. So let us know your website, Instagram, where can people find your work?
So you can find me at Instagram, which is Anandi_ArtColorWorks. And my website is also linked to my Instagram.
Yeah, so we'll put everything in the show notes if you want to find Anandi. You can also find her here at the store.
Yeah.
We are open Thursday to Sunday between 10 and 6 p.m. When are you here?
I'm here on Saturdays usually, but from September to October, I'm going to be on Fridays.
Okay. And your work is always here?
Yeah, my studio is here, my work is here, so yeah.
Good, but although you should come and meet Anandi because she's a very nice person and talk to her about art. Great, so that's it for today. Thank you so much, Anandi, for coming and speaking with me this Saturday early morning. Anandi's artist talk is on September 22nd at 6:30, and she's going to talk about her art, and everybody's welcome to that. It's free and interesting. Next month, in October, I'm the artist of the month, and everybody's been asking who's going to talk to you in your podcast. And we're going to have a special podcast episode conversation about art with friends. I'm Zohar Lavi-Hasson, producing and hosting. If you have any questions or concerns, please email to our new-ish email address, princetonmakespodcast@gmail.com. Also, let us know if you want to be added to our mailing list. We have a lot of events here. We don't send many emails, just occasionally a newsletter. Please rate and share this episode so we can inspire other people. We are located at the Princeton Shopping Center, right behind the new Starbucks that they opened here. Please come and see us and support your local artists. Till next time, be creative.